Now on BBC One, Tomorrow's World. Good morning to you, boys and girls. It's Friday, the 24th of May, 2019. A warm welcome along to the Chapel Hill Marina. And this morning's United Kingdom talk coming to you from Lincolnshire. I do hope you liked that little opening there. I went out to Skegness last night with my sister and brother-in-law. And often when we're sitting there eating our chips or driving along in the car, we start singing old theme songs for whatever reason. Don't know why. We just like old theme songs from TV shows. And I can't remember why, but we started singing that one. And I suddenly said, hey, there's a good idea. Why don't we do a little video of us singing a theme song to Tomorrow's World? And so indeed we did. There you are. Hope you enjoyed that, boys and girls. Welcome along to the show today. There's an unexploded bomb in Kingston, isn't there? Oh my God, blimey. I used to go shopping there. I used to go shopping there when I was a child with my mum and dad. Every Saturday we used to go. I remember it like it was yesterday. Used to leave the house early-ish in the morning, I think around about 9 o'clock, something like that. Drive down the A3 to Kingston, and we park in the car park. And then we'd start doing the shopping. And in those days, we didn't do everything in one supermarket. Oh no, my mum would go around the fruit and veg place. We'd go to Sainsbury's. We'd have a jacket potato somewhere. And then in the earlier times, when I was very small, we used to go in a place called Bentalls, which is still there, but it's nothing like it used to be. It was all done up years ago now. And we used to go in Bentalls, and Mum would always buy me a sausage on a stick. I remember having a little sausage on the stick and a cup of tea, and my dad and mum would have something, and my sister would have something as well. I don't know, what, a cake or something like that. But yes, they've got an unexploded bomb there at the moment, haven't they? Look at this. In last night's Evening Standard, thousands of residents were told not to return home last night after an unexploded World War II bomb was found in Kingston. Kingston University schools and residents were evacuated from the area after police were alerted to the ordnance at a construction site on Thursday morning on Facet Road. A cordon was put in place around the area, which will stay in place until about 4 o'clock this afternoon. They can't go back to their houses. Kingston Council said around 1,500 households, that's a lot, isn't it? 1,500 households had been evacuated, meaning up to 3,000 people could be unable to return to their homes. University students are reportedly unable to access their university halls until Friday. Students and staff told to leave. So unexploded bombs. You think about it. You know, I suppose, of course, I wasn't here during the wartime. Some of you were. I know you were. There must be a lot of these around, I suppose. Wouldn't there? You know, years and years later, they find this bomb. Did it say World War I? I mean, how many years is that ago? There must be loads of these over the place, mustn't they, when you think about it? So next time you're walking in the forest, you know, or somewhere that might not be quite built up, Lincolnshire around here. I mean, I could just be walking through a field later on, you know, just going about my business, having a nice pleasant walk, and suddenly I step on one of those, what are they called? The bombs in the ground that you step on and they explode, one of those. What's that called? I think it's a mine. Or a mine's only in the water. I can't remember now. But I could just step on one and that'd be it. No more shows. I mean, how distraught would you be? That's the thing. Can you just imagine the amount of suicides there would be if I wasn't here to talk to you every morning? Yep, I thought so. I agree with you too as well. All right, let's say hello to some of you this morning. Very good morning to Tommy Flynn, getting the first message of the day again in. Congratulations, Tommy. Welcome to the show. Hello to Diane Jebb, Dr. SOS Gregorian, Katie Ann Patterson, Mr. Ray Reynolds. I like it, Ray. Hello, Chris. Goodbye, Teresa. Very, very right, Ray. Very, very right. I think she's going today, isn't she? Poor old Theresa May. I've got to be honest. I've been on her side right the way through. I thought, no, she's doing her best. You know, she's doing what she thinks is right. And I have supported her, I'll be honest with you, right the way through until the last change in this little thing that she keeps bringing to be voted on, when she says we might have another referendum. At that point, I thought, oh no, you've done it now. That's it. And then she lost me, along, it seems, with everyone else. So she'll be gone today, we think, Theresa May. We'll see what happens. There'll be an announcement later on. Not on this programme. I mean, if Theresa wants to ring in, I'm happy to put her straight on the show. I'll move everything aside so she can make her announcement. No doubt she'd choose some small, insignificant news organisation, you know, like the BBC or Sky, something like that. You know, she won't come to me, possibly the most important news announcer in the whole of the world. Did you know that? I am. Hello to Katie Ann Patterson. Good morning. Diane Jebb, I said hello to you, didn't I? Michael. Good morning, Michael Pullman. Mike Reese Ponto. Good morning, sir. Tommy Flynn is in there. I'm repeating myself today. More repeats on me than BBC Two, dear. Clarissa. Hello, Clarissa. All right. My mum used to walk in the kitchen at Millets. Did she? In Millets? Millets? Where's Millets? I don't know Millets. And my aunt used to work in the dentist in... Oh, your aunt used to work in the dentist at Kingston. Yeah, that's where we used to do all our shopping down there. All the time we did it there. Landmine. Thank you, Landmine. That was it, Clarissa, I was looking for. Morning to John Aitken. The scaffold guys turned up at 8 o'clock as planned, but didn't bring the right gear. I'm not very happy. I was out cleaning your backyard at... That could be taken wrongly. I was out cleaning the backyard at 7 o'clock. And they weren't even cute. Oh, there's nothing worse than that, is there? Employing a tradesman and some old codger around my age turns up. That's not what we want to look at, lads, is it? Come on, send someone young with muscles, please. Sort of around about 30 would do us all, wouldn't it, eh? Yes. Mike Reese Ponto, they're always finding WWT World War II bombs, unexploded bombs and mines in the Sea off Portsmouth. There must be hundreds of them all out there still. Very dangerous, isn't it? I mean, what if you're a fish? You know, what if you're a fish just trying to go about your daily business and suddenly you get exploded by a bomb? It's a bit unfair. It's not like the fish population even dropped the bombs in the first place. Outrageous, thank you. Clarissa, yes, Millets in Kingston is a camping shop. Yes, indeed. I tell you what, Clarissa, I worked there once. And I know the restaurant. I know the restaurant you mean because we used to go in there for dinner. It was at the back of Millets, wasn't it? You see, it's the weirdest place for a restaurant in Kingston. Okay, you know Millets, the camping shop. Okay, so that was all at the front. And most people, I don't think people knew there was a restaurant right at the very back of Millets. And you would literally go through the shop and it would be this restaurant. Big, not even a small place. And I used to have minced beef and onion pie. That's what I had. So that would be about 19 years ago that I used to go there with my mum. After my father died, for a short period of time, I took my mum shopping and we used to go there for lunch and I'd have minced beef and onion pie right at the back of Millets. I know. I used to go there. I bet she probably served me, your mum. Oh, she probably even served me. There you go. Over on YouTube this morning. Good morning to Weird City Citizen. First message there. Good morning. SOS Gregorian's there in the house as well as on Facebook. You're everywhere, SOS Gregorian. You're watching on all platforms. That's what we like. We landmine. Thank you very much, Weird. Claire. Good morning, Claire. Kingston is my neck of the woods. Oh, we know that, Claire. You haven't got to tell us that you're a Kingston girl, dear. Oh, my word. You're definitely not a Peckham girl. We know that. You're not even a Bracknell girl. She is a Kingston girl. As sung by the great UB40. That one, that reggae tune. Yes, well, you're very posh, Claire. I'm surprised you even give me the time of day, to be honest, Claire. Me, what with being me, a sort of a guttery type person, let's be honest. I'm a bit raw. I'm a little bit raw. As the lads like to be. Morning, Chris. Kingston is my neck of the woods. It's great down by the river in all the bars and cafes. It certainly is. That's just over the road from Bentalls, isn't it? It's moved on a lot since your days there. The Bentalls Centre and whole town is great for shops. Oh, I have been back there. I have been back there. Bentalls is amazing in the Bentalls Centre is amazing. It's not just a department store. They kind of built all these other shops around. You just kind of go into this centre and you've got the Disney store. It was either HMV or Virgin Megastore, one of those two. All sorts of jewellery shops. It's all in there. And then you go into the main department store. It's like all one. And it's on several levels. And I think on a Saturday, the last time I went, they had a man playing the piano. Sorry, they had a man playing... I'm sorry, I'm talking in your accent now, Claire. Posh accent came on then. Did you notice that? Did you know? There was a man playing a piano sort of on the middle floor. And I think I was with my mate Ron. I think I was with Ronnie. And we had... I think we had a cup of tea and a cake or something while listening to this bloke playing a piano. It's ever so nice in there. Really, really nice in Kingston, in the Bentalls Centre. It really is. I hope it doesn't go up in smoke. Yeah, me too. It's a nice place. It's a lovely place. Good morning to Joseph McDonald watching this morning. What part of the world are you in this morning, Joseph? You're all over the place, dear. You seem to be watching from a different country every time, my love. And good morning to the delightful Darren Litton, who's busy there, writing away. He's got a new show coming on. I think, is it BBC? I can't remember now. It's not Skegness, it's, don't tell me, it begins with a Scarborough. I think it's like a holiday type comedy programme that he's filming at the moment in Scarborough. Darren, he wrote Benidorm and he's with us this morning as well. So good morning to you, young man. Morning to you. Hello to Alan Russell. Morning. I love you, Matthew Wilder. Break my stride. That's one I do at karaoke. Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down. Oh no, I got to keep on moving. I've never been a fan of the time warp stuff, to be honest. I mention that because I see Darren there. He does time warp, as well as many, many other people. A lot of the drag queens do time warp. I've never really been a fan of that. I mean, occasionally, as I mentioned, and this is our little secret. This is our little secret, okay? Occasionally, I do wear, knickers and black thigh-length boots and fishnet stockings, either white or black. I don't mind what colour they are. Sometimes red even, but only in private, I wouldn't, dress up like that and cut... That would just be a little bit too weird, wouldn't it? If I was suddenly to appear here doing the show in a basque, I don't think that would be a good viewing ratings thing. I'm not sure that would work. Yeah, I am really a man's man, as you can tell. But sometimes, when the camera goes off and I think, what shall I do today? I do go and put on my fishnet stockings and I just sit there and watch a bit of the BBC News. It's just my thing, it's one of those things. Morning to Martin Edwards and Courtney. Good morning to lovely Courtney. Long time no see. Hello, Courtney. Hope you're well there, my darling. All right. John says Kingston Town's a great song from UB40. It certainly is. John, yes, I used to eat meat many, many years ago, dear. I used to eat. Well, it's not meat. It's dead animal. Why do you keep calling it meat, dear? It's a dead animal. It's not hard. Dead animal. That's exactly what it is. And talking of BBC News, did anyone see David Mellor on there this morning? Was that a wig? They were doing this whole interview, when Theresa May, when's she going to go and when's the announcement and all this. And David Mellor came on there. It looked like, I'm sure he had a wig on. It was hilarious. He looks a bit different like he used to do in the newspapers, I think in the Daily Mirror years ago, when he caught with leaving his wife for someone younger. Was that David Mellor? I can't remember. But he was on the BBC News this morning. Did anyone see it? I'm sure it was a wig. He had if it wasn't a wig, it was the most awful hairstyle. Dreadful. It was all long like this and side parted like this. Very, very strange and mysterious, I tell you. Anyway, very disappointed to let you know that ITV still haven't rung me yet. They still haven't rung me yet. I'm very, very disappointed. I was expecting when they cancelled the Jeremy Kyle show to be offered, that slot. But it hasn't happened yet. Perhaps, Darren, you know people, do you? Do you know, people, could you not give me a little mention there at Thames or ITV rather? You know, because they obviously need to fill that floor. They've just got some old codger at the moment doing another antique show. I mean, how many more do we want to see of those? Antique shows all the time. Darren says, yes, indeed, it is the BBC. I will have to come and see and talk to you about it. Yes, I wish you would, Darren. I have tried to ring you several times, dear, but you don't answer the phone, lovey. It's impossible to arrange any. I don't know how you get any work. How do you get any work if you don't answer the phone, love? Eh? I'm in Central Station tonight. I don't know if you're London tonight. Coming down. Bring our lady with us as well. Sherry, if she wants to come. She looks like she needs another night out, dear. Bring her down there. Joseph at the moment is in Murcia, Southern Espagna. So good morning to you. Claire, Chris, I'm not posh. Claire, I know you can't see it as I can tell you're posh. You're a lady who was brought up correctly. You're unlike my sister. Oh, Christ. I hope none of you ever have to meet my sister. She's not posh at all. She's a like Aldi Primark type shopper. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Yes, I know I shop in Aldi, but I go incognito. I usually have got some sort of mask on or something so that people don't know who I am. You know, because I do get a lot of the Jeremy Kyle sort of audience watching this show for some reason I don't know. My sister has been on Jeremy Kyle 25 times. No, I can't tell you who she is or what she got up to. But, you know, if I told you, you'd probably think, oh, my God, he comes from that sort of family. So I don't really want to go into it, if you don't mind. Okay? But Claire, definitely, you are posh, dear, you are. Just because, look, she says, I go on holiday to static caravan parks. Yeah, in the south of France. She don't go to the Haven holidays or the Park Dean holidays that I go to. No, she goes on really posh. She says, I go to static caravan parks. Yeah, top of the range, dear. Leather seats and 50-inch televisions in every room, including the bathroom. She's posh, Claire, I'm telling you. Very, very posh. She says, I'm even prepared to live in one for a whole week. I love it. I absolutely love it. John, you'd be great as a chat show host, but your guests wouldn't get a word in. Of course they wouldn't. Of what interest would a guest be to anyone watching this show? I tell you what, on the times when I rarely, and I don't do it very often, as you know now, because we had some right awful calls coming through of just people who had nothing to talk about. But on the times where I've taken phone calls, I get complaints afterwards. Why did you have so-and-so on? I'm not going to mention names. No, absolutely. And don't you dare mention names on here. Don't want to upset anyone. Don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Right? But I get emails after the show asking me not to take phone calls. I kid you not. Oh, look at this one. John's been to St. Tropez. Have you really? I bet you had to save up for years for that, didn't you, John? On your wages, my love. Eh? I always looked at you and I thought you're an Isle of Wight holiday type person, especially at your age now, John. Don't you think? I mean, I did see that picture of you the other day as a younger man, and I thought, yeah, you know, I could have been with him. You know, then I saw a picture of you as today, and I thought, thank God I didn't take the chance, to be honest. Thank you. Jason says he likes the cock clock behind us. Thank you very much, Jason. That was a present from my mate. Glad you like that, Jason. It looks good. How's your missus? Is she all right? How's she doing at the new job? Hope she's enjoying herself there, my darling. Okay? I really do. Mike, we think some old drag queen has taken over your show if you dressed in a Baskin wig. What do you mean, old drag queen? How rude. Rude. Martin, you're very late, dear. Try and get here on time, okay? Come on, we must get on with this show. John says, I have a credit card and a sugar daddy. Do you really? Yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it now? Paying money for it. No, thank you. I'd rather spend the money on my nieces and nephews. Thank you very much. Rather than some blooming bit of rent that comes down the road. So, oh, are you looking for no. Are you a sugar daddy? No, I'm not. You won't get a penny out of me, mate. Too tight. Awful. So nothing from ITV, I'm afraid. They still haven't rung yet. Yesterday I had my hair cut yesterday, as you can see, with HD Hairdressers. He's in Horncastle. He's such a nice bloke. I think he's from I think he's from Turkey, and he's such a nice man. He really is. And you're just sitting there and you can just talk to him and be friendly and all that, and it's nice. And we had the knife, and the old knife comes out, and the all done nicely. Look at that, lovely. And the shave as well. I had all that done. Then I went to Horncastle, just up the road. Did I say Horncastle? No, he's in Coningsby. Hates the hairdresser. There's a barber's in Coningsby. He's very, very good. It's not the shop. And there's another shop just slightly further down which says barbers outside it. But it's not. It's not a barber's. It's like a women's type hairdressers with big mirrors and comfy settees and all that. That's not a barber's, dear. That is not a barber's. That's a hairdresser's. There's a big difference. A barber's is like a hairdresser. I'm sorry, this is my opinion of it. A barber's is a hairdresser where there's 1 or 2 or 3 blokes in there, and they got, like, you know, just barber's chairs out, and it's fairly quiet, and it's not chat with women going on all the time. It does my head in. Oh, hello. Have you got a girlfriend? Where you going on holiday? Same old conversations. We don't have conversations like that with H. No, we put the world to rights, and you're sitting there, and he works away, and it's all fantastic. So he's in Coningsby. That's a proper barber's. H is a proper barber's. Down the road, there's one of those barber things outside this women's hairdressers, and it's not a barber's. I'm sorry, it's not. From there, I went swimming. I was the only person in the swimming pool for a while. There's no one in there at all. I got in there, and it was reasonably busy. And after about 10 minutes, people started getting out, and suddenly I realised I was the only one in there. Was it something I said? Maybe something exited from my body and was sort of floating in the water. You don't know. These accidents happen sometimes, don't they? Morning to Maureen joining us this morning. Hello, Maureen. You're right, darling. How much do they charge for a haircut in Chapel Hill? Well, the hairdresser's not in Chapel Hill, Mike. It's in Coningsby. I pay for a haircut and a shave and the knife, the whole lot, the hot towel. I pay for the £18. I give him 20. Okay, so that's how much it is. Clarice's getting her hair done this morning at 10:30 as well. Good luck to you, my darling. Jason, she had a bad start. Did she really? Oh, I'm sorry. Young kids telling her what to do. Yeah, like they try to, don't they? I get that occasionally from new bar staff. Could you turn the music down? I beg your pardon. We can't hear the people ordering their drinks. Well, listen harder then. I'm not turning the music down for you or anyone else, dear. John says not many barbers will give you a proper shave these days. No, certainly in the places which is generally run by ladies. I haven't come across any ladies at all that use the old, the cutthroat knife. I've never found that in any hairdressers. Even my niece, she doesn't do it at the moment, but she's in Cyprus. But she had her own hairdresser in Woodall Spa, just up the road from here, and she didn't do the knife. She just did the bzz, bzz, the bzz, bzz thing, and scissors and what have you. So I did that. I use 3 swimming pools. You see, there's one. It depends where I am. If I signed up and paid monthly to one swimming pool, I would save an awful lot of money, actually, probably about 30 or 40 quid a month, to be honest. But at the moment, what I do is I go to whichever pool I happen to be travelling in that direction or going there. You see what I mean? So yesterday, being as I was at the hairdressers, then just up the road from there is the Horncastle swimming pool. From my caravan here, the nearest pool is probably Boston. But then again, there's an outdoor Lido pool in Woodall Spa, which is lovely for the summer. That would be the sort of place you'd want to go to today, So it just depends where I am. But if I signed up to one, it would be a lot cheaper to pay monthly like that. Came back here, and my lovely neighbours, 2 or 3 caravans down, have appeared. And I haven't seen them since last September. Their names are Ken and Elaine, and they are a lovely couple. He's 78, but you wouldn't think he was 78. I don't know how old she is, but I haven't seen them since April. The park here opens in April, and I said, "Oh, I haven't seen you." The reason they haven't been is because she's got a new knee, and she showed us this scar on her knee, which kind of goes, all the way down there. but there had been a couple of problems, I think, and she had to go back in. Can I just get a little bit more comfortable? And she had to go back into the hospital to get a little bit more done, or whether or not they opened it up again and I don't know, turned it. I don't know what they do, and turned a screw or something like that and put it back together again. Don't know, but she's had a new knee put in. So she's kind of hobbling around at the moment. But they're such a nice couple. They really are. And I sat with them, and very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. But oh, before I went to them, I went to see my nephew Jimmy. He was working hard with his dad on the in the car fixing. He does panels and all that, you know, gets scratches out of cars. A lot less prices than you pay in a dealer. Let me tell you that. I've mentioned many times on the show, you know, you go to a dealer with a small scratch on the side of your car and they want 600, 700, 800 quid. He'll do it for like 150, 200. He fixes it. All this old crap. Oh, well, we got in the dealership. We've got to take the whole panel out and rub it all down and then respray the whole thing. I don't know whether they do that or not. He can do it by, I don't know what he does. He puts masking tape around it. He bashes it with a hammer, knocks it in a bit, then he fills it and then he sprays it. And you wouldn't know that those cars had been damaged. You wouldn't know. He does a really good job. So I popped in to see him and I took him some chips because I rang him after I come out of the swimming pool. And I said, do you want something to eat before I come back? And he said, yeah, just get us a small chip. So I went in up. Well, of course, if I'm going to buy him chips, I'm going to get some myself. And I've just been swimming. So I had some chips and baked beans and I came out of there, sat in his little place. Honestly, I do wish he'd tidy up his unit. It is filthy in there. There is a burger in there. You know those burgers that you buy and you put in the microwave? I don't know, for 10 minutes or something like that, in a bit of plastic. He's got that, and it's 10 days out of date. It's disgusting. It's just sitting there next to the microwave, which incidentally my sister had to clean out because there were things growing in it. It's filthy in there. I mean, you'll get a perfectly clean car, polished to within an inch of its existence. But his kind of living spacing, well, it doesn't live in the garage, but his area of eating and all that, it is filthy in there. I bought him an apple pie in 2 days ago and it's still sitting there in the wrapper. That's waiting to grow as well, I think. Awful. And then, you know, you don't want to ask him for a cup. Oh my God, they're filthy in there. Anyway, so it was nice to see him. It's like he's ever so busy. He's got a new girlfriend at the moment as well. I can't remember what her name was before. But I've asked to see a picture of her and he says he hasn't got one, so I don't know what she's like. Oh, I haven't got. I said, well, what's her Facebook? Oh, she's not on Facebook. Funny that, isn't it? We'll find out. Don't you worry. I'll find out what she looks like eventually. So that was that. Then, as I say, I came back here and met up with Ken and Elaine, who have come back to the site after a long time. They've had a caravan on the site for about 13 years. They love it here. They love it here. And she said to me, I bet you missed it for the 2 months you couldn't come up. Yes, you do. I mean, this little caravan site we're on is just fantastic. It's so quiet and peaceful and lovely. Told us about her knee. And then the ice cream van came round. Oh, dear. So I had to have an ice cream. You know, small, medium or large. I just had the large, I think. And it was only £2. £2 for this ice cream. And it's like, you know, like a cone. And it's got 2 bits at the top. 2, like, bits where you do the twirly bits at the top. So you got this cone out, flake in there. Was it 2 flakes or one? 1 flake in it. I can't remember now. I sat there eating this. And Ken and Elaine, they just got this thing. Oh, we've got our own. Okay, fine. So I sat down. She had a chair out the front of her house. And I'm sitting there chatting away to Ken and Elaine. And she says, oh, we're just going to get an ice cream. So I'm sitting there with this great big ice cream. She goes to her freezer and gets this thing in a little bit of plastic that she got, you know, from the supermarket. And they're eating that. And I thought, well, that's nothing like my ice cream, dear. Nothing like my ice cream. So that was lovely, really, talking to them. And come back to the caravan, had a little bit of sleep, and then we went to Skegness. Our weekly trip to Skegness, which starts off, of course, at the Trawler's Catch for chips. Yes, I had 2 lots of chips. Yes, shocking. 2 lots of chips yesterday I had. Terrible, isn't it? I went into the Trawler's Catch, and guess what? The boy that I like was there. He's a bit young, probably about 25 or 26, but I went straight up to him, and then he looked at me, he said, oh, I'm serving someone. Oh, okay. And he kind of waved me over to another member of staff. Oh. And I thought, oh, I think he's sussed on. He's caught on. he's caught on that I quite like him. And he's pushed me over to another member of staff. I've never been so shocked. Shocked. It was just, oh, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I'm just serving someone. And he waved me over. Not with a smile on his face either. I think I've been sussed. Terrible. I was very, very distraught. Very distraught about that. So obviously I won't be able to go to him again. Perhaps it's a little bit too obvious. Maybe I've made it a bit too obvious, have I? Hello, how are you? It's lovely to see you again. Can I have baked beans on chips, please? I didn't have that yesterday. I had a pineapple fritter. Pineapple fritter and chips last night. Very, very nice pineapple fritter. Yes. So we had that in there. And that's where myself and my brother-in-law Martin, we often sing television theme songs, old television theme songs. We be driving along in the car or in the chip shop or walking around outside Skegness, and for some reason we start singing old television theme songs. Two others of our favourites are White Horses, you know that one? La da 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 da, that one, and also Doctor in the House. Ba-da ba 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 that one. So we like singing old theme songs, and for some reason we started singing the Tomorrow's World theme. And then I got the idea, why don't we make a little video? And that's what you saw earlier on this morning, the theme music to Tomorrow's World. I was going to record it in there, but quite rightly, he said too much ambient, not very professional. There would have been a lot of ambient noise in there. So he suggested we go outside where it's a lot quieter. Of course, we haven't got the noise of the people eating their fish and chips and what have you in there. And that's why we did it outside, a little theme music. Feel free to share it on your walls, okay? So I'll just do a few of your messages, boys and girls. Let's just scroll back there. Where are we, my darling? Clarissa's just got a new tattoo done. Oh, I'm not brave. I think I'm a bit too old now to have a tattoo, Clarissa. I thought about having one myself, but I'm a bit wobbly at the moment. Do you know what I mean? And it don't look good, does it, if you're a bit wobbly and you've got a toe? Alan Campbell. Hello, Alan. Good morning. There's my childhood friend there, Alan Campbell. It's called a 99, the ice creams with the flakes. And yes, indeed it is. Thank you, Alan. Mike, I saw a very nice extended caravan where you are for £29,000. Wow, that's a lot. Might buy it. We could be neighbours. 29. I only paid 8 for this. £8,000 for this. Very happy. You can pay... You can pay as little as a few £1,000s, 4,000, 5,000 sometimes for a caravan. Similarly, you can pay 80, 90,000 pounds for a caravan. Depends what you want. More importantly than the caravan itself, it's where it is. It's where it is. We've got mobile homes in Bracknell. There's live coverage in Downing Street going on at the moment. So something's happening. Something's happening outside Downing Street on the BBC News channel. All right. Oh, I won't be able to watch that now because I'm doing this. Never mind. I'll watch it later. Yes, we've got mobile homes for sale in Wokingham, which is very near where my house is in Bracknell. They're like £350,000. Seriously. Okay. And you can buy a mobile home up here. Just across the river, actually, from here, on the other side of the river is a mobile home place, which is similar, but not the same as a caravan site. Mobile homes I got there, and they're, I think you can get them, I think some of those are about 90,000. And of course, you can live in those all year round. The insulation would be a lot better than it is in a caravan, certainly. John bought cornettos yesterday. Just the one, a cornetto. Give it to me. Yeah. Cornettos yesterday. There goes the diet. Oh, don't worry. John hates pineapple. It gives me reflux. Yeah, I like pineapple. I can't have grapefruit. For some reason, grapefruit, as you know, well, you may or may not know, John, does interfere with the type of tablets that I have. Don't know if you're on the same sort of things, but we're not supposed to have grapefruit for some reason. I'm not quite sure what that is. Glad you liked the video, John. Alan, best theme tune is Black Beauty. Ba ba bum bum ba da 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 bum bum ba bum bum ba. We might try another one next week. We can do one every week if you want. Is she gone yet, Teresa? Is she on her way now? Just scrolling down there. Chastising videos for showing up, viewers for showing up late. Well, it's outrageous. I managed to be here at 9:10. Is that the guy in the video, in the intro? Yes, indeed it is. Yeah, that's my brother-in-law, Martin. That's my sister's husband. Okay? I frightened the old dears away in the swimming pool. I probably did. The bird jacket scared them, did it? So after we made the video, we had a little walk along by the sea, which is always a great pleasure. And then had an ice cream. We had to delay the recording of the video, actually. So I had the camera in position, which was kind of just propped up on the top of a bin with my sister's purse and my wallet, which was practically empty. It usually is empty most of the time. And we were in front of the ice cream place. And we're just about to start recording. Quick, quick, the ice cream place is closing. My sister went into panic because she thought they were about to close up the ice. She was desperate to get an ice cream in her mouth, my sister. She was. So we had to delay recording and have an ice cream first, just so that because she was panicking that the ice cream place was about to close. So we had one of those as well. So I had a terrible yesterday, Claire. I had 2 lots of chips and 2 ice creams. Dreadful. Today, dust. That's all we can have today, dust. That's all we're allowed, dust today. Walked along the seafront, then we went to Aldi. And again, one of the people that I like, nice young man who works in Aldi, I spotted him in there. I thought, don't be too obvious. In fact, I ignored him yesterday. I don't want it to be too obvious that I fancy people, because I think that puts them off. You know, I'm not known as easy, you know. It's very, very difficult to get anything out of me. I'm not easy at all. Don't think I'm easy. You can just, click your fingers and I'll come running towards you. No. Well, I went into Aldi and I saw him over there, so I went a different route. So as not to create suspicion, I took a different route in Aldi. And when I saw him, I went the other way. Instead, I noticed actually in Aldi, if you're into camping at all, they seem to have a lot of camping gear just coming. There's tents, lights, mats, even sleeping bags. It's all in Aldi at the moment. So if you want to go camping or you've got to get some stuff, have a look in Aldi first, because they've got a lot of gear in there at the moment. All right. We also went to have a little look in B&M, which is kind of like, it's like a cross between a supermarket and a DIY place, B&M really. Went in there because I was looking for some more blue fairy lights, because those lovely fairy lights that Ray Reynolds kindly gave me doesn't quite reach to the end of the caravan. But all we could find in there was solar lights. And honestly, my experience of solar lights is that most of them are completely and utterly useless. Solar lights. They really are. If they work for a while, then they die. And they just don't work anymore. I bought 4 of these from Aldi, 3 of which have now failed already after about 4 weeks, which is annoying because I've stuck them with no more nails to the side of the caravan. So I'll have to prise those off at some point. Airbeds as well, Clarissa. Yeah, they got airbeds as well in Clarissa. In Aldi. All right, have a look in there first. But so in B&M, they didn't have any of those. I had a lovely conversation with a member of staff in there, actually, about solar lights. I said, these are bloody useless. And they got loads of them. Everywhere's got loads and loads of solar lights at the moment. Garden centres, my advice, do not waste your money on solar lights. Honestly. Now, these things I bought from Aldi, they were $4.99. And they're little things. They do similar things on other websites for like 40 or 50 quid. You see, but would they be the same? I'm not sure. Is it the fact that I've spent £4.99 on a solar light rather than 50 quid? Is that why it died? Or will the 50 quid one be exactly the same? Because if it is, I don't want to buy it. I mean, maybe I should just... It's a lot of money to spend in it. 50 quid if you're not sure if it's going to work or not. My experience of solar lights is not good, really. The stuff that comes up from China is just so cheap and rubbish, and it will work for a few weeks and then it'll die. You see these people in the gardens with them, don't they? All these little stakes of lights that they've... And they're all working. Oh, they're lovely. Oh, yes, we've always wanted to. How long have you had them? 2 weeks. You know, And then a month later, half of them are not working anymore. Absolutely. Has anyone else got experience of solar lights at all? Maybe you bought solar lights, either for your garden or your balcony or whatever, and you've had a completely different experience from me. Maybe you've got good solar lights. Ray, have you got solar lights? Is Ray still with us? Ray Reynolds, have you got any solar lights in your garden? Because they just don't seem to work. Anyway, so they didn't have the long lead I wanted, so disappointing. Came back here and I looked on Amazon and I've ordered some now. They were, I think the ones you gave me, I think you paid £10 for, Ray, but the ones on Amazon, they were 25 quid, so I ordered one set of those. They look the same, but of course, you know, there's a lot that can go wrong. That maybe the blue that I've ordered is a slightly different colour to the blue that you gave me. It's got to be the same colour, isn't it? Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And maybe the connector is different. You just don't know. So I've ordered them on the off chance that I'm hoping they will be the same type, and I'll be able to join them on the end of there, and that'll all work there. We've got news flash coming in. Mike says the audio mixer has just been wheeled out from number 11 Downing Street. Announcement is imminent. It's imminent. There we are. Mike's going to Aldi later. He's going to try some of the vegan sausage rolls. I didn't see any of them there. I didn't see any vegan sausage rolls in Aldi. I saw Quorn ones in Asda, and they are okay, right? But the Quorn sausage... Now, I gather Greg's, the filling of their vegan sausage rolls is Quorn. Okay? So you would think they were the same, but they're not. They really aren't. The Greg sausage rolls don't taste anything like the pack of 3 Quorn sausage rolls that you can buy, certainly in Asda, and I've seen it in Waitrose as well. Didn't find the vegan sausage rolls in Aldi yesterday. Okay, so I didn't really see those in there. Right, okay, couple of news stories for you boys and girls. Here we go. I think this is in particularly bad taste. I really do. In the Daily Mirror this morning, there's a new theme park attraction at a place called the National Enquirer Live. Now, that's a magazine. The National Enquirer is a magazine. American, I think you can get it over here. And a story in the Daily Mirror this morning. You tell me what you think. The National Enquirer Live in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, opens its doors for the first time today, but it's already attracting outrage. This is in the Daily Mirror this morning. What they've done is turn Princess Diana's death into an attraction. I think this is really bad taste. I'm sorry, I do. The owners have taken the events of August the 31st, 1997 in Paris and hope to cash in on the tragedy by charging adults up to 20 pence a time to see a remake of The Crash. Children will also be allowed to see the attraction. Guests will even be polled over whether they think the royals were involved in Diana's death after seeing the exhibits. And what do you think of that? I think that's an incredibly bad taste, don't you? The attraction, which opens tomorrow, is one of the key features, which opens today, is one of the key features of the National Enquirer Live in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's a 3D computer model, and you're looking down on what just looks like Paris, but it's in 3 dimensions, creator Robin Turner said. It's projected, and you see buildings and everything in 3D presentation. And it shows the pathway as she left the Ritz Hotel, and the paparazzi chasing her, and the bang flash that we think blinded the driver and how it happened. Turner, one of the principal investors in the theme park, argued the Diana exhibit will be sensitively handled despite its macabre theme. Well, how can you sensibly handle someone's death and put it into a theme park? I think it's dreadful. He said visitors will be spared close-up of Diana's body. Well, we're supposed to be thankful for that, are we? He says there's no blood. I should hope not as well. There's none of that. You see the car crashing through computer animation. Turner said visitors will be invited to look in various widely debunked conspiracy theories about the accident. So that's the story there in the Daily Mirror. What do you think of that? I think that's awful. I think that's just dreadful. I really do. What do you think, gang? John Aiken says Quorn is horrible. It gives you terrible wind. Oh, maybe that's my problem then, John, is it? Maybe that's what my problem's been over these years. Oh, I've got some photos to show you in a minute. Got some photos to show you. Ray says he hasn't got any solar lights. I've got 4 electric security lights on the back of the conservatory, 2 sensor and 2 stay on. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know if you had solar lights or not, but I don't recommend them at all. All the ones I've had in the past have been really useless solar lights. Now, can I just show you what's the time? Oh, 5 to 10 already, is it really? Okay, well, I'm just going to finish off here, boys and girls. I want to show you some photos first. I've been doing some gardening, as you know, this week outside the caravan. I don't have anywhere outside. I have stones on the ground. And to remove the stones and start digging down, you know, to create like a lawn or something like that would be a lot of effort. So I'm not going to bother with that. I've got a small paved area just to the side. Actually, no, it's quite a large area, a large paved area to the side of the caravan and a bit of space around the back. So what I decided to do was do pots, some big ones, some small ones. And I want to show you what I've done so far, boys and girls. Here we go. All right, so that's the paved area. It's actually a lot bigger than it looks there. Right at the front there, you see in the little blue pot and the black pots, the small pots at the front there, they're tomato. They're not cannabis plants. I know that cannabis plants look very similar, but no, they're not. They're tomato plants, okay, which we bought from somewhere at 50 pence each, 40 pence each they were. They were literally sitting outside someone's house up here in near Woodhall Spa, with a little on a table and a little jar saying tomato plants 40 pence each, help yourself. So we did. So I got quite a few of those. All right, that's that bit there. And then round the side of the caravan, so that's just to the left of what you saw there. At the front there, you can see 2 foxgloves, which are just magnificent. They get tall, ever so tall, and beautiful flowers on there. Behind that, in that sort of on the left, in the big brown pot, that's like a sort of a daisy type flower, and next to that is another foxglove. And then right, can you see at the back there the sort of 2 light greyy bluey pots? They are hydrangeas, and they are always doing really, really well. Go on, John. John's off to the gym. See you, John. We're nearly finished now anyway. Nearly finished now. They are hydrangeas, and they have already almost doubled in size in the space of like 2 weeks. They seem to really love the position that they're in there. That is, all those plants are in full sunlight, okay? Because I'm south facing there, all right? And let's move on to this one. That's the side view of the same there. That's everything there, near enough everything anyway. And you can see at the back there. Can you see at the back? I think we've got a close-up of the back ones. Is that one there? What's number 5? Let me have a look. No, okay. I'll just tell you what they are. So at the back there, can you see on the left a little bit of pink? Right at the very back. That pink, that's a rhododendron. £7 I paid for that. They had rhododendrons in the garden centre. They were 25 quid. I ain't paying £25 for a plant, I'll tell you that now. So we found one for £7 there. Now, on the right there, that's lilies, I think. Lilies? I think they're lilies. I can't remember now what they are. And 2 more at the back there, which were 2 plants I got from the garden in my house, which were in pots, and they'd well overgrown their pots, so I thought I'd bring them up here and replant them, but I'm not sure what they are. Not quite sure what they are, okay? And then on my veranda, on the top of the sort of right directly outside the caravan, I put 3 large pots there. 2 of those I think are daisies. The one right in the corner is a rose bush. I've been very unsuccessful at growing roses. They don't seem to like it in my garden at home, so we'll see how that goes there. So that's a rose bush in the corner there, and either side of that are daisy type plants. And then finally, that little unit there is something that my nephew and his little family and wife bought me when I first got the caravan. So that's about a year old now, and I've just repotted those 3 things with some pretty little pansies there. And that's my new garden here. It's nice, isn't it? And that's the outlook. You see, I sit on. You see that table there on the left? That's where I have breakfast. If it's a nice day, I'll go out and have breakfast on there, or lunch or something like that. And the sun just is right on me all the time. It's so nice. It really is ever so nice there. Ray says, I like the pots. We could sing Bill and Ben. Bill and Ben, flower pot man. Yes, we could. I am Percy Throw. That's quite right, Mike. Clarissa likes the look of it as well, so there we are. Okay, gang. Let's do today's birthdays then. Happy birthday on this Friday, the 24th of May 2019. Just for today, I think we got Robert Pellis. He's in Iceland. Good morning, Robert. 63 years old today. Happy birthday, Robert. Phillip Dove. Good morning, Philip. Happy birthday to you. Pete Blakely, who is a DJ. Good morning, Pete. Long time no see. Happy birthday to you. And Maria Ana del Carmen is today 30 years old. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right. Now, have I got my little... I don't think I've got my poster there, have I, for the karaoke tonight? No, so I'll just tell you about it. Yeah, it's karaoke tonight. I'll be taking a trip down to London. I should be leaving here about 4 o'clock and then driving down to London for karaoke tonight at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30. We've had some very, very good nights there recently. A real lovely bunch of people at the moment, and we are having quite a laugh. It's never about how good quality you are as a singer. Remember that, gang. It's about having a go. All I ask is that you choose nice, lively songs like Ray Reynolds always does. Nice, lively songs, because we don't want to depress everyone with depressing bloody ballads. I keep saying it, and certain people still insist on singing ballads really badly. I mean, I could sit here. I would so love... bye-bye, Clarissa. Bye-bye, darling. Thanks for watching, my love. I would absolutely love to give you two particular names of people that insist on doing dreadful, dreary, depressing ballads, but I don't dare because they'd never come again. Either that or they'd come and start throwing things at me. Bags of acid or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I would love to give you the two names of the two people that are the worst offenders, but I'm not going to. Please sing nice, happy songs. And if you can't sing in tune and you're singing a happy tune, you will still have the audience on your side. Honestly, you can sing badly, but as long as it's a cute tune like Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, perhaps, or something fun. I don't know, Tequila. Da, 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 Tequila. Something like that. You know, if you sing a nice, happy song, I don't know, Save Your Kisses for Me, there's one. Though it hurts to go away, it's impossible to say. Anything like that. Come along and have a good night tonight. Come and watch our wonderful people. Claire says it looks great. As you get older, gardening gets more and more important in your life. It absolutely does, Claire. That's the funny thing, and I was saying this to someone the other day, years ago, sort of come Monday, we'd be looking forward to going to a nightclub called Turnmills. The night was called Trade on Saturday. And we all used to go there. It's 20 years ago, this is Claire. Get completely off our heads in there and then go home. The whole week was looking forward to doing that. So Sunday would come, you know, and we'd leave there about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, get home about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then just pile into bed. My Sunday afternoon now is get up, go to church, and then do the garden. How different can that be? Do I miss it too, right? Do I miss it? That's it for the show today. Thanks ever so much for joining us, boys and girls. You have a wonderful Friday, and I hope to see you again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.